You see this cute little fella right here? What does he resemble to you? A curious fox? A soft, cuddly otter? A friendly ferret? Believe it or not, that's what I thought too. But man, oh man, I was terribly wrong.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel.
City boy! City boy!
Yikes. I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. I'm about to learn today, it seems like. We're on Wild Versus channel. I really enjoy this channel. They put me on game. This all stemmed from my comedy reactions. My comedy reactions, someone said, oh, you should check out Nasty Ass Honey Badger, which is like about a honey badger, but it's like this dude doing a funny ass voice with it. So it's funny. And I was like, I didn't know honey badgers were lit like that. I didn't know they were like as gangster as Wolverines for the most part. So I went and peeped that video. And now I'm on a whole damn rabbit hole. Now I did I think it's like why orcas are killer whales, and this sheep killed a cow. Like it's crazy. And this is what's great about this stuff. This is absolutely real. Okay, you guys. Sometimes I'll react to some politics and trending topics on this channel, and that shit is fake. All of it. Well, not all of it, but it's just so. It's a lot of BS, let's say. A lot of charades. A lot of games are being played. A lot of it is fake. I'm talking about politics. But in nature, and this is the thing with nature, you can see a lot in society. All the things, the delusional things people prop up, get exposed. And it's because nature doesn't allow certain things, right? People do things the wrong way. They say it's natural. It's not. Then nature provides a consequence for it. That's just how it goes, man. It ain't me. And I blanketed that. If you have common sense and can go look at certain things that narratives people try to paint as of recently, and then look at the consequence that's provided by nature, it's on them. But anyways, this is going to be fun. I don't know what this little creature is called. This video is titled, "That's Why Everyone is Afraid of These Small Predators." This is on the Wild Versus channel. Show love, get love. Support them as the original content creator of putting this content together. And let's check this out. Let's see who. Some of y'all are going to be like, yo, y'all already know. I don't know. So let's just get into it. If you want to support me, like, share, comment, subscribe. Link in the description to my other reaction channels. Let's go.
The pine marten is in fact a cat-sized member of the weasel family.
The pine marten is a weasel, a part of the weasel family. The pine marten. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of a pine marten. So they apparently are going to live in pine trees or something.
Dark brown fur envelops its long body, except for a large, creamy white patch at the throat. It feeds on small rodents, birds, eggs, insects, and fruit. So for them to attack these big wild animals makes no sense, since they're not food for them. Take a look at this insane moment captured. A marten gives a small deer, known as the muntjac, a run for his money. Well, the run isn't successful. The two duel in a head-to-head combat, and perhaps the deer thinks he's got the upper hand. But what starts as a playful-looking fight ends gruesomely. These martens...
Bro, that deer should have just bounced. That deer should have been bounced. This is like if a hamster was just a gangster and started taking out your family members. You're like, I have this cute little hamster. Just start taking out little kids and shit. That's insane, you guys. What is this called? A pine mart? A pine mart. Is that what it was called again? This sounds like a Christmas store, like a Christmas Walgreens. A pine mart? Bro, these videos are going to make me never go in the forest again, yo.
In a head-to-head combat, and perhaps the deer thinks he's got the upper hand. But what starts as a playful-looking fight ends gruesomely. These martens really have no shame.
A pine
I mean,
marten?
look at this.
A pine marten?
That's a wee baby elk. He's hunting. And it makes sense that the marten would go after the baby elk, because an adult elk would have completely crushed the marten, as the elk is the biggest species of the deer family and are known to aggressively attack without any warning signs.
That's crazy.
The sight is distressing, as it is the painful screams of the baby elk that make it even more so a scene from a nightmare.
Yikes. I don't know if I was ready for this early in the morning. like golly, man, that's just damn, that's just a little kid, man. Fuck.
The fact that they're in an enclosure makes it even more unlikely for the elk to make it out alive. Despite their tiny size, the pelt of the marten holds a significant historical value. It can be dated back to the Middle Ages that their pelts had such value that they were used as a trading good and a form of payment in Slovenia, Croatia, and Dalmatia. This is why the Croatian currency is called kuna, which is translated as, "Here is something to heal your traumatized eyes and mind." A lucky thing, as a squirrel is swift and probably is internally laughing at the marten, giving it a chase around the tree. Had the squirrel not been a fast creature by nature, he would have definitely been a goner, since martens are known to eat them as regulars. Just look at him go. Go on, little guy, outrun thy enemy. Though I wonder if by a stroke of luck, this marten really just wants to play. Who knows? Maybe some of them are not so evil. Back to another episode of Nature is Scary and Oh God, make it stop!
This little creature is a savage beast. The pine marten. I've never heard of such a thing. My dumbass would be in the forest, see a pine marten, be like, try to give it a nut and get my ass mauled. Oh, wow. Nature is scary and oh God, make it stop. Nature is real, y'all. Nature, the laws of nature are real. This is crazy.
Pine martens are omnivores and have a diet that varies. They'll eat small animals such as rabbits, insects, and squirrels. A bunny that resembles Snow was grateful for its fur that helps him hide from his predators. But it is not so lucky once after being spotted by this pine marten. The onlookers can only witness the horrific scene as the marten drags the bunny off the deep snowed path. This whole scene that you just witnessed happened to be for dinner time, as hare just so happens to be a rodent that the marten loves to gobble up. Seems like there's no such thing as a safe hiding spot when it comes to the marten, and is starting to feel like a true horror movie in the jungle, thanks to this cat-sized foe. He comes out of nowhere from the forest, and seems like he knows exactly where to look. He swiftly climbs up a wooden box mounted on a tree that seems to be a birdhouse, and whips out its next meal. This squirrel hunter, however, plays a crucial role. As with all nature, the pine marten plays its part in the complex ecology of the forest. The pine marten is specifically credited with reducing the population of the invasive gray squirrel.
Yo, the pine marten reduces the invasive population of the gray squirrel. This is an ecosystem and we are all connected. That is crazy. Because there are invasive species where if there's too many of them, shit gets real, like wolves. I heard of the story on the Rogan podcast about how crazy the wolves got. I don't know if it was World War I or II, but I believe it was the Russians and Germans were like battling in a battlefield or something. Insert proper, it could have been Poland. I don't know. But there was a battle going on. And the wolf population in this area was so out of control, it started killing so many soldiers. They had to basically have a truce and fight off wolves before they could even go back into battle, yo. Invasive species are a mudda sucker, yo. That is crazy. That's actually dope. But it's still like, I think out of all these wild verses, I'm getting goosebumps, kind of getting shook, because I've seen more murkings, let's call it that. I've seen more animals get murked on this one video in the first 3 minutes than any of them put together. Like, yeah, I saw the orcas go cray, but this is crazy how many rodents this thing and deer and little baby elk, it's just clapping everyone, the rabbit, the hare, whatever you want to call it. Damn.
Which is the one you see in this video, which has historically pushed out native red squirrels. The theory is that the gray squirrel is clumsier and heavier than the red squirrel and spends more time on the ground, making it an easier prey for the martens, essentially becoming a sacrifice so that the red squirrel population thrives. It is a bloody and gruesome sight as the squirrel is dragged away lifelessly with blood dripping down the wooden box. As scary as they are in the jungle for many creatures, when it comes to humans, all they can do is run. In fact, they aren't the easiest animal to be spotted by humans. They're so elusive that they're often only observed and studied via footprints, droppings, and bits of lost fur than by direct sightings. They're mostly nocturnal, although they do come out during the day in summer. But that doesn't mean they aren't feisty when they come in contact with humans. After invading a football game, the marten runs across freely until a football player gives him a chase. He picks up the seemingly nimble and sweet-looking animal, but is given a shock when it turns in his hand and gives him a painful bite. The player yelps in pain, visibly sounding out the hurt, but manages to not let go of the marten. All living beings, beware of the marten. The 3-year-old panda, named Ping Ping by medics, was terribly wounded in an attack by martens. He was spotted by rangers on a nature reserve in China's southwestern Sichuan province. They found him hiding scared and in pain in a cave, tending to his wounds. His abdomen was horrifically injured, exposing his intestines, which were infected. He was taken to the nearby city of Chengdu, where he went through a blood transfusion and several hours of surgery. But alas, he succumbed to his gruesome injuries. Since this giant panda was in no way or form a snack for the martens, just what was the motive behind this gruesome attack?
So y'all are telling me that a pine marten will run from a human being, but motherfucking attack and kill a whole ass panda bear? Now I'm not saying a pine marten. It seemed like with this had to be a multiple attack situation. There's no way one pine marten killed, essentially because that panda bear passed away from its wounds. That is intense. Man, you always learn something new on these joints. Damn.
It really does seem like the martens do this as some sort of sick sport. And in fact, this news report from 2016 noted this behavior as well. Lambs have been killed in Westmeath, Longford, Cavan, and Leitrim by the pine marten, and they seem to be killing them for sport. They just bore a hole in the lamb's neck. It's a very prominent puncture mark, and just left it like that. And it really makes you wonder, just what the actual fresh hell do these martens think they're doing? It's a major concern.
The pine marten might literally be the just killers. Like, they're just like, I mean, obvious it's a small predator, but like, you know how like in society, even with good parents, sometimes there's that oddball who's just like, yo, he had a good upbringing, he was a good da-da-da-da, but then he just gravitated to the dark side naturally. He was just, that's the spirit animal, the pine martens. Holy smokes.
Langurs are known as the monkeys who have such gracious behavior with human beings that it can be hard to tell them apart from a human interacting with another human or a langur. Oftentimes, when we see these kinds of videos where an animal is
Oh no, please don't kill the monkey, bro. I love little monkeys, man.
attacking another animal, we can't help but scream at the screen and tell the people in the video to intervene. But the truth is, it is the circle of life, and human intervention can cause a huge gap in the chain with one single disruption. So, when we see a monkey being apparently mauled by a pine marten, the only thing we can do is to just do nothing. The monkey tries to shake off the attack, but is soon tired out. Eventually, another marten joins the attack as the two now drag the monkey along. However, the primate still has some energy left in him, as you can see him fighting till the end, trying to make it stop. It is now a super disturbing.
Lord have mercy. Sometimes I need this wake-up call to reality in nature. Seeing this little monkey getting mauled by two pine martens and fighting to the very end. This wasn't just a quick, merciful passing. This was a long, bitter fight to the end, and it's just like, golly. These are like little wolves that can climb trees, and it's just it's honestly, seeing this, this is just a reminder that nature is real, life is real. And we've been so detached from nature in our normal state, in society and stuff, we forget how real things can really get, like in a matter of a second.
Disturbing scene as the onlookers remain confined to their cars. And hit the bell icon so that you may never miss a video.
Sheesh. Lost chickens find underground city of 20,000 people? That's weird. What the hell? Anyway. Yo, that was Wild versus F with them, man. We like their video. Check their stuff out on their channel. My reactions aren't a substitute for the original content. And it's very informative. I always learn something. I've never heard of a pine marten before. Maybe you haven't either. Damn. I ain't gonna lie, that little monkey got me, like, it's just crazy that the pine marten runs from humans. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder if that's from years and years of being hunted as pelts. Because the fact that they're brazen enough to take out a panda bear and monkeys, that would, to me, imply that they don't give a F about humans. Like a human can't, like, I would say, like, a human has less of a chance of defeating a couple or a few pine martens than a panda bear. But I'm saying without weapons, like, if you're naked, like, all you need, honestly, as a human is like a pretty lit knife, a gun. We are pretty damn resourceful. So I get it. And we're more tactical, typically, depending on what type of person you are. But that is just wild that they killed a panda bear. That's insane. And then we just watched them take out a monkey. Anyways, man, I hope y'all have a good day. I'll have to do a comedy reaction after this, because that shit, damn, bro. The wild, wild west in this mother sucker.
City boy, city boy.